Welcome back to Bobby and JJ Radio. I'm Sarah, sitting in for JJ today. Today we've got some of Aggion and Associates' favorite clients. And first with me is Catherine TorresStahl. Catherine is the Deputy Director and General Counsel for the Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department. Say that 3 times fast. I didn't even do it that well. She's also a former judge. Is that right, Bobby?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Former adjunct professor also at the University of Texas in San Antonio for the Criminal Justice Department. And she was awarded the Latina Judge of the Year in 2010 from the HNBA. What is the HNBA? Because I don't think it's basketball.
It's the Hispanic National Bar Association.
Definitely not basketball.
Made up of about 40,000 Hispanic lawyers and judges from across the country.
Awesome. So that's a really prestigious award then. Mm-hmm. That's great. Well, now I hear you're running for judge again, right? So
yes.
It's fancy words. It's the 175th District Court seat.
Right.
So tell me what that is and why you're interested in being in that.
The 175th District Court is a criminal district court which handles all criminal felony matters. So anything from a drug offense to a capital murder. And that's the type of judge that I was previously as well. But a lot of people get hung up on the word district court. It's actually a Bexar County-wide race. So anybody in Bexar County can vote for us. And so that's essentially what it is.
So how long, if you do get voted in, how long do you stay as a judge?
It's a 4-year term, and you're up for
the president.
Exactly. You're up for re-election every 4 years. And so, unfortunately, we have to run for office just like everybody else. So,
I guess that's a good thing.
So
well, it's a good and bad.
You owe me maybe hopefully some perks. Maybe we can reduce that felony to a misdemeanor or something.
You have a really good lawyer.
Yeah.
Well, what qualifies you for this seat in particular? Because you used to be the judge, right?
Right.
Is this
Yes.
the same seat you had before?
No. I actually was the judge of the 144th District Court. I was also a municipal court judge for almost 10 years, handling juvenile cases. I started the teen court in San Antonio, had 3 early intervention programs. I'm a former prosecutor. I'm a former criminal defense lawyer. I've pretty much held every job in that courtroom except bailiff and court reporter. So,
wow.
All your experience and all your time in court, why did they not re-vote you that term?
Well, judges run on partisan politics. We have to pick sides, and that happened to be a gubernatorial year, and that particular year, pretty much every Democrat who was being contested lost. I literally was the last Democrat to go down.
Why you got to bring up a sore subject, Bobby?
Well, I just think she deserved to stay in there. I'm fighting for her.
That's good. Well, you should vote. When does voting start?
Voting starts February 16th. Early vote is February 16th through the 26th. Election date is March 1st.
Okay, so tell us, what are you doing to generate more voters? Like, what's the voting temperature in San Antonio right now?
Well, people are excited, I think, about the presidential race, and I'm really hoping that, that trickles all the way down the ballot to the judges. Sometimes they leave us off, but, I'm doing everything I can. I just came from a meet and greet breakfast on the west side of San Antonio. Last night, I was at our precinct chair meeting, telling the precinct chairs about myself, and they're often the ones that go out in the community and, work for us, advocate for us. I also was at UTSA speaking to another friend's class, and I saw probably about 15 of my former students there. And after I left class, I got a few emails and said, hey, I want to get involved in the campaign, because they were excited.
So what happens if you do win? Do you still continue to teach, or do you step away from teaching while you're judging?
I'm currently, stepped away from it because the campaign can be very difficult and time-consuming, but I hope to go back to teaching. I really love teaching. I was at UTSA. I've also taught at SAC, and I've taught a court reporting class, which is kind of strange because I'm not a court reporter. But I've done a little bit about
You know what? I hate to admit this, but I really don't vote. But I'm going to vote this time.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm going to take a picture of it, and I'm going to show you that I voted for you.
Great. Okay, post it on my Facebook,
I will,
please.
I promise.
Okay.
Well, besides that illustrious endorsement from Bobby, what other endorsements have you gained so far?
Well, a few personal endorsements. State Representative Justin Rodriguez, State Representative Roland Gutierrez, the Stonewall Democrats in San Antonio, and former Secretary of State Hope Andrade. He's a good friend.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, what else about your candidacy do you want to highlight?
Just that I think it's really important for us to look at judges from our community. I'm homegrown. I'm from San Antonio. Went to Fox Tech High School, St. Mary's undergrad, and law school. And I think it's really important to have that diversity on our benches and, to know the experience. I still have my robe dry cleaned hanging in the closet. And just waiting. And on day one, I'm ready to step in there and, get to work.
What do you love the most? Like, what's your passion that drives you to be a judge?
I thought I was going to go down a different path, honestly. I wanted to be in a policy-making position because I thought more women needed to be involved in that process. And I ended up on the judicial track, and I am very comfortable in my skin doing that job. And I really think, especially with such serious offenses, you have to have people who have meaningful consideration in these positions, people who care about this community, people who want to protect this community. That's part of it as well. And understanding the difference between sending everybody to prison and giving someone an opportunity to, make up the mistake that they made, perhaps. And
yeah. What kind of help do you need in your campaign right now? Are you looking for volunteers?
I am. I'm looking for volunteers to work polls during early vote, and I'm signing you up, Bobby.
I'm signing up.
For early vote and for election date, making phone calls for the campaign, whatever we can do to get our message out. Luckily, some people still remember that I was on the bench, or they think I'm still on the bench, which is even better.
Right.
Which is even better.
So if they want to get involved, how do they contact you? What's the best way?
There are a couple of different ways. There's an email, votetorresstahl@yahoo.com. www.votetorresstahl.com is our website, which my husband created, and all in-house work,
Nice.
A little bit of grassroots going on in our house.
Insourcing. Good.
Yes, yeah. And Facebook, of course.
All right. Well, again, that is Vote TorresStahl. That's STAHL at yahoo.com. The website is votetorres-stahl.com. Thank you so much for being with us today. We'll be back in just a few minutes with this week's edition of Mortgage Matters with Trevor Morton. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.